Hello everybody and welcome to the April online meetup. As you all know, we couldn't meet in person this time. So as a business owner and a service-based thing where what I really want to do is support people and create conscious community, basically, I thought, oh, I could not do it and I could sit home and have a wine with my husband for the night, which would also be absolutely amazing. But what I decided to do instead is just pivot. And what we're doing now is sharing online. So we usually get 50 to 60 people in the room, and we're hoping tonight to be able to reach out to more people that couldn't usually come, because now I do national speaking tour, just got back from Sydney, did several speeches down there, and so many people are like, when are you going to come back here and do meetups? And obviously I can't go back now, but the beauty of this is they can all come on because they can see us on here. So I'm just going to double check we're recording. Yep, your recording's on. Should be able to see me. I'm going to introduce the man of the moment. So welcome everybody. Feel very privileged and honoured to be here today with my baby brother, Andrew Saunderson. So
Hello.
Andrew is part owner at Ipswich Health and Performance Centre. And I feel very excited to have him here tonight because a lot of you probably do know him, a handful of you won't, but he's not into social media, and we don't get to spend too much time together anymore, do we? But always try and make time for a coffee or a workout and just get to hang out. So we want to welcome you here today. We genuinely both hope that we can offer something that is life-changing for you, even if it's something really small. I feel like it's the way that we do the things that we naturally do that generally helps people the most. And I think that's why people keep coming back to us, because we both genuinely care and we both genuinely want to help people. So welcome for tonight. Andrew's gifted us probably 20 or 30 minutes of his time. He's going to go through some things with us, and we'll just go to the next page. All right, cool. So I'm going to give you a quick introduction of myself. Most of you will know me. My name is Diane McKendrick. I'm an author, speaker, and life coach, and this is my book, Rise Up, The Soulful Guide to Success. So that's been submitted for Amazon bestseller. So I will know on about the 29th of April. I'm going to reach out for you all. You get on and vote for me, and yeah, manifestation, Amazon bestseller, to help me with credibility in the industry and taking my business global and going all around the world. So I've been doing this now for a year, but previous to that, I was also a personal trainer, as is Andrew, and I think you can tell later, but I'm pretty sure Andrew started because I did it and I loved it so much, and we've always been sort of excited about the body and how it works and growth and movement. And then Andrew's built a very successful business with his business partners, Jason Truffert and Kelly Wallace, over at Ipswich Health and Performance Centre. So, those of you who have been to my half-day workshop or follow our stuff online, there's the things that we do. And when we often introduce ourselves, we'll say, hi, my name is Diane and I'm an author, speaker, life coach. It's like, really, well, who gives a shit what you do? But we like to come into the interaction with who we are without all the stuff. So we talk about being things like love and light and energy. And when you come to an interaction, bringing that energy, not necessarily walking up to somebody and saying, hey, I'm love and light and energy, you're probably still going to say your name, but you bring the essence of something deeper than just what you do. And even that in itself, if you haven't heard someone talk like that before, can bring a whole new awareness around the way you think about yourself, the way you think about your physique, the way you think about your body. And it's really quite profound that you can have an impact on people just by the way that you are and you hold yourself and the way that you feel. So I'm living my dream. I get to wake up every single morning and put my feet on the ground. I woke up at 5 o'clock today. Esme woke me up at 5 o'clock. One eye opened, the other, and I was like, oh, go through my gratitude morning routine. But honestly, guys, it hasn't always been like this. I come from a really strict, rigid swimming regime, which was quite tough. And I learned to push, sacrifice, strive, and struggle. And then I've moved into the corporate world and I did the same things over and over again. And then I became a mum. So what's happened for me is I've had to really soften. The push, sacrifice, strive, it really served me in winning gold medals. It doesn't serve me as a mother. It just makes me really angry. So releasing control, and yeah, I get to live my dream. I've got 2 beautiful little kids. Ross is 8, Esme is 5. My husband is amazing. Also, just to pre-frame this workshop, because there's a lot of you out there going through a really rough time at the moment. My husband is an international pilot for Virgin, and we just got news a couple of weeks ago that his income is like gone and his job possibly gone as well. So I've had a lot of feedback of people coming to me and saying, don't be so happy online, Di. It's really quite offensive. And I just want to let you know with all of my heart that everything that I offer is to help you from my heart. I have my hard times. I come on here and share it. I don't get on here bawling my eyes out. Some people do. That's not for me. But I will come on and I will share the message. I'll share the gold. I did a webinar today, probably 20 people, and we went through fear neutralization, fear neutralizing loss, and rewiring our brain, because we train it to go to anxiety and depression. We can train it to go to something resourceful. So personally, in my family unit, we're going through a really rough time at the moment, but I have committed to you and I'm going to keep showing up. And I spoke to Andrew today when I interviewed him to get some of his answers, and it just made me realize, you know, how lucky we are to have each other, to choose a path forward instead of reacting to the shit that's happened to us. And you all have that choice as well. It's really important to remember that. So that's me in a nutshell. And now to this beautiful young man, Andrew Saunderson. Take it away. Tell us about yourself.
Me in a nutshell, I'm a local personal trainer. I've been lucky enough to be brought up in a good family, have good relationships around me. And like Diane said, I don't do a lot of social media or online stuff, but just seeing what she's done and how she's been able to genuinely help people. We had a bit of a chat a few days ago, and she encouraged me to do the same thing. So I figured with the work that she's done, if I can help as many people genuinely from my heart that she's done, then it might be a step in the right direction, considering I can't leave my front door. I'm actually virtually here.
Virtually here.
Yeah,
artificial intelligence.
Yeah, set up this new thing back at home, so I'm actually not here.
Yeah.
Near Limestone
Cool.
Street.
And Andrew's going to give you some information soon, and it is about pivoting. And I had so much resistance about going online as well, because there's a lot of fakes out there, but that's not my business. My business is to serve people. My business is to show up, and my business is to find an effing way to do it. So if that means getting online and learning the systems, because I'm not technologically minded, but I am very committed and I am very determined. So I will find a way, because it's not about me. Same as my book. I was scared to write this. I've bloody got D's in English, like terrible spelling. And I can't spell, that's just the facts of it, but I wanted to help people. I wanted to know, well, I'm sitting here with my brother doing this live with you guys. People have got this book while they're going through this time and they're reading it. So it's pretty powerful. And yeah, so I feel like Andrew, to me, when I think of him, not just what he does, but his energy, his presence, like Andrew walks into a room and you definitely feel him before you see him. Or you smell his perfume.
I was going to say, you smell me before you
smell his
see
perfume.
me.
He rides up on his motorbike and you can smell the perfume. But yeah, the energy, presence and service. Like I feel like Andrew's different to me, like probably in a dude way, but he genuinely wants to help people. So I don't know what our parents did to us, because you all know I work closely with my sister, Michelle Ann, and I'm just getting emails from my brother, Alan. It says people are trying to get in, but they can't get in. Michelle, if you're watching, can you check the link, please? Because people are saying they can't get in. Yeah, so Alan just sent me a message. He's helped me with the podcast and we're all working together. So today I get to see my little brother. I worked with my middle brother, and Michelle and I have already had phone conversations like on and off all day. So I feel very blessed. And I quoted Andrew here because as I interviewed him earlier, it was like, chill, man, don't take life too seriously. And I thought that was pretty apt to put up there now with everything that's going on. Chill, man, don't take life too seriously. And so let's move on to it. So who are we together? Andrew's probably having a fit because he didn't know there was photos. Look at these little small photos like this around of him, because he just does not get on social media. And I just want to share that this one was us when we used to go to the gym together at Snap, and it's always one of my favorite times. And I actually was driving over there. I was so busy. I had so much on, but I knew he went to the gym there. And I thought, you know, our relationship is so important and I wasn't seeing a lot of him. What does he love to do? What's his value? We'll go to the gym. So do I. So how can I continue our connection? I'll drive across town to go to the gym to hang out with him, even if it's only for 20 to 40 minutes. So guys, if you've got stuff going on in your life and you've got important people, then you just find a way to spend time with them. My family is one of my highest values. So continuing to show up in that relationship is really important to me. The other thing, I had to put this one in because Andrew, my baby brother, my little big brother, is absolutely adored by our children. They call him Mad Dog, and he's just such an essential part of, you should see it when he gets here, they're like, oh, Mad Dog, and they're running and they're hanging off him, and it's just really beautiful and really dear to me. And then, of course, I had to put this photo in. Gary, Mum's over here. This is our mum, Leila. This is obviously our kids. This is Dad and Andrew a couple of years ago when he first, it was White Hill Road, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Years ago now.
Yeah.
And it's just,
it
literally is one of my favourite photos because our mum and dad are phenomenal people. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully you guys are on here. Let me check. Mum probably couldn't work out how to get on. Oh, you got on. Good, Louisa. Oh, it says people are waiting to get on. Hold on, guys. I have to admit that that's weird. So sorry, people that couldn't get in. Kayla's on. You know Kayla. She trains with Jason.
Billy, hey, what's up, bro?
Jane's on. Cav's on from Sydney. I'm pretty sure you're from Sydney. And
Yeah.
I think people are just jumping in left, right, and centre. I must have put something on where they actually had to register. Sorry, dudes. That's my fault. We'll just leave this. If you hear that beep, it means someone. Okay, so let's mute everybody.
Who's that hot rooster in all those photos?
I'm trying to mute you all. Stop talking.
Who's that? That's Billy. What's up, bro?
Make sure you mute yourself, guys, or there's going to be feedback. Bottom left-hand corner. Oh, now it's all going everywhere. Bottom left-hand corner, press
Don't
mute.
touch your face, man.
And don't touch
You're going
your
to
face.
spread the virus.
Andrew's on your case. Oh, it's so cool. Okay, so I just wanted to show you all this photo. You guys
This is better when you can see them.
You all got in at the right time, right? There's us. There's everybody jumping on. This guy's from Sydney. I met him at the National Speaking
What's his name?
Cav. I just call him
What's
Cav.
up, Cav?
Hey, Cav. This is my brother.
Right. Hey, man.
Hey, Louise is my friend. So this is my bro, guys. He's got lots of fun stuff to share with you. If we were doing this on Facebook Live, there'd be hundreds of people on here. But I wanted to just keep it, because I know you don't like social media, on a closed forum. So they needed a password and everything to get in. So this is my family. This is my little brother. So my dad, my mum and dad, incredible, amazing people who raised some pretty wicked kids. Yeah. All with very similar values of health and serving people and helping out. So let's go back to basics. So I said to Andrew today when we were chatting, I was like, you know, what I notice about you is you just keep it really simple and it works for you. It's probably not going to take your shirt off tonight. But you
Been ripping too many beers in isolation. You don't want to see that.
He's into the beers in isolation. But tell him, Andrew, what you said when I said, give me 3 things that you can share that you do every single day that helps you keep a really fit, lean, healthy, strong body. And
Yeah.
I've written them there for you. So
Yeah, I was going to say
remember.
it was good because we were sort of spitballing it straight off the bat. But the first thing for me that I've noticed, especially since my business got shut down temporarily, is just having a purpose for that day. I know the first few days where I wasn't doing anything, you wake up, you float around. Even if your purpose is something simple like, right, I'm going to get out, I'm going to go for a jog. I've noticed I've done some volunteer work in the days that I've done that and I've had something planned and something booked in to do and achieve. My headspace has been completely different. Moving on.
Give us an example. What's an example of having one thing to do for the day?
Well, yesterday I did Meals on Wheels. So I went out, I was booked in at 10:45 with them to meet at their little community centre, pack a heap of food up and drop it off to some old people. But just having that to do for the day and having a purpose, my headspace was way better than it has been. Not that it's been bad, but it just feels good to wake up and know you're doing something to help someone, help the community. And also doing that as well made me realize how lucky I am. I saw these, people that live by themselves and with their health, they can't get outside at the moment. So it made me be a bit more grateful for being healthy and fit and not having any issues and being able to jump in a car and drive down the road and help other people out. I'm sure they'd love to help people out, but they're just in a physical situation where they can't.
And I think this is so important because I remember back when we used to hang out a little bit more when the kids were littler. Andrew said to me, he was talking to one of his clients who was experiencing depression, and he said, mate, what's one thing you do every day? And back then you were explaining you look forward to your morning coffee and you look forward to reading the newspaper.
Look forward to all the basic shit, and this is a perfect time as well because it's all gets snatched away from you. But even still, just the most basic, small things: having a coffee, reading the paper, whatever it is you like. Going for a jog. I'm sure it's different for everyone. I like coffee and exercise, so for me, they're small things that I appreciate that help my headspace and give me energy and give me something to look forward to. Yeah,
and like you said, make it small. So everybody pick something right now. For me, it's my morning coffee. I also really enjoy sitting with my kids before the day starts, before I talk to anybody, before I get on my phone, I just sit with the kids. So that is something I look forward to every single day. So just pick something right now, and it's got to be simple. You're probably already doing it. Yeah, it's something they're already doing. Not that you're all busy, you all got a lot on. We don't want to give you more to do. We want to look at what you're currently doing and then pinpoint. Sorry, you guys can't see me in here. You can hear me. And then pinpoint. Dano's on. Dane Wolski.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Good to see you.
Text me back, you dog.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so Cav's in Sydney. You might want to train with you. What does he have to do if he wants to train with Mad Dog?
I don't even know, man. Come up to Ipswich once.
I'm on it. I'm gonna help him be able to train people like you. This dude is amazing.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so cool. So we're on to the next thing. Was you said stay active, eat properly, and move, and don't overcomplicate it. Is what Andrew said to me. And the other thing you also said was everybody knows how to do a squat, everybody knows how to do a push-up, and everybody knows how to do a what?
A plank and a sit-up.
A plank and a sit-up.
Yeah. People think they need all these fancy programs to be active. Maybe you can't do a normal push-up, do it off your knees, do it on the lounge. People always look for this. Humans are great at overcomplicating shit, you know? Just keep it basic. Set yourself 15, 20 minutes aside. Do 10 push-ups, 10 squats, and a plank for 30 seconds. Wait for a minute and do it non-stop for 30, with your break, do it for 20, 30 minutes. You don't need to go past.
Can I also say too, Guy, is that okay if I say something too?
Yeah.
Don't let the kids be an excuse. I didn't feel like working out this afternoon, but I just grabbed Macy, and you'll probably see on my Instagram post, but I just did squats holding her, I lunged holding her, I put her down on her back and did push-ups kissing her. She absolutely loved it. Like bridged over the top of her, like all that stuff Andrew just said, sitting up and clapping their hands, and she had the best time, and I'd worked out for 40 minutes and didn't even realise.
Yeah, it's cool. I always say don't make kids your excuse, which a lot of us do. Make them your why. Make them why you do it. Make your kids your why.
And touching on that as well, that word excuse, a lot of people come to you and they say, oh, I've got this excuse, and you're like, just change the word excuse to problem, because if someone gives me an excuse, there's nothing you can do for that. If someone gives you a problem, human beings are pro at creating a solution for the problem. So if you change the word from excuse to problem, this is my problem. My kids are pissing me off. Well, shit, lock the annoying one up, and the one that's not too bad, get them involved in your workout. For example, problem solved.
I change it as well. Sometimes I say challenge, because a problem to me means I've got to, it just has a different, but whatever works for you. Instead of saying excuse, especially if you're working with him because you just get kicked in the butt or kicked out of the gym.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Make it your problem or challenge so you can actually overcome it. Yeah? Everyone, Amanda Payne just jumped on.
So, hey, what's up, bruh?
Yo! Everyone's it. Okay, so stay active, eat properly, move. Do not overcomplicate it. Make kids your why, not your excuse. Also, with the excuse, change the language. It's a problem or a challenge. The other thing Andrew said was, what's it say here?
Stay grounded. And that's something that's hard to do, I think, at the moment. Like, I never watch the news because the only thing I have is a wireless radio, but with everything going on, I've started to watch the news, man. Worst thing I've ever done. Like, you just get taken away in this world of bullshit. And I'm not taking away from pain and suffering that people are going through, but I'd much prefer to talk about, you turn the news on, it's just like gloom. They don't, talk about some useful shit. Like, look, which I've just noticed the Queensland government started doing, but these are some ways you can help. There's a new program now called the Queensland Help Army, and they were talking about that on the news, but for the hour and a half I watched the news, there was a 2-minute clip about that. So I've decided to, not that I usually do it, but just because I've been at home and I have been doing it, stay grounded. I'm like, fuck, man.
So tell us how you stay grounded. And funnily enough, the first chapter in my book is grounding. I nearly didn't put it in because I thought people would think I'm a crazy hippie, but yeah, first chapter. It is.
Oh, that doesn't say grounded. It's no, I'm just joking.
Start up. The power of getting grounded. Funny that. Tell us how you ground.
So me personally, grounding myself ties in with the second recommendation, which is like being active. That's when I'm by myself. I'm in the gym. I can put my music in. Doesn't have to be a gym at the moment. It could be go out to the park. It could be, well, I don't know. Depends on your personal situation. But I tend to find I ground myself. And I only thought about this when Diane asked me, but I tend to find that I'm grounding myself when I'm exercising. I take, time when I'm by myself. And on top of that, I like to go chill out on the grass like a bit of a hippie every now and again. Yeah,
so take your shoes off. There's actually scientific evidence that shows that...
Make sure you take your socks off too. You don't want these bad boys on while you're doing it,
Did you guys see that? He just put his feet on the table and there he's got odd socks on. If you guys want to see the end of Andrew Saunderson showing his socks to everybody, there is a link. I'm just going to pop the link. Kayla just jumped on too. I'm going to pop the link down below because we're going to stop. Oh, no, not that one. You'll see my messy space. The link is in here. You go register because I've got some goodies for you as well. And then you can see the rest of what Mad Dog's got.
See what I had to do for your husband? Everyone's taking the piss out of me. Tell me what
tell everybody what you did, Andrew.
Right, so I've got my Queensland Fire shirt on. Not that Kayla's husband works for Queensland Fire, but it's a Queensland service. And he's Kayla Nunn's husband is an AMBO. And I spoke to him the other day and I noticed his beard was gone. And I gave him shit. I was like, bro, why'd you cut your beard off for? And then I just felt like a real dog because he said all the service guys, all the AMBOs and paramedics have had to clean shave every day to get their face masks on. So then I felt like a dog. So me and a handful of the boys, I used to have a beard, shaved our beards off.
It was huge, this beard.
Yeah, it was.
Pretty impressive.
It was pretty gross, actually. So anyway, that's why I shaved on a completely different note.
Yeah.
So and good work as well, Mrs. Nunn, because I know she's a nurse, so she's busting chops. Keep it up.
Yeah, good. Keep going. All of you, all of us, and especially the emergency workers.
Yeah, you guys are insane.
So that ties into the next thing. So you met Nunny. How did you meet him?
If I think about it, actually, most of the people I've met have been through the gym.
Yeah, so this was the next, as you can see, I'm tying it in nicely.
Yeah, nice.
The final thing that he said in this little part was about family and connection. And as he's talking about Nunny, who's become one of his best friends, clients, hey, bro.
Friend.
Yeah, so they come to the gym, like a lot of you see me online and you come to me and you ask for some sort of support or help and we become friends and then we literally become family. Whoever's on here and is watching this and knows what I'm talking about, give me the thumbs up, give me the love hearts. It's very real. Michelle's giving thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. She's loving it. All right, cool. We've got about 10 minutes left, Andrew. You're getting tired. The bright lights are scaring me. Oh, hold on. How do I? There we go. Okay, so back to basics in business really quickly. Let's go through a handful of basic tips that if people are a business owner, so remembering we planned this prior to all the stuff happening in the world, this global financial crisis or whatever you want to call it. But I think more now than ever, the little tips that he's going to give you are very relevant, more now than ever. Definitely relevant just running a business normally, but now more. So Andrew, tell us the first one.
The first one is what human beings are amazing at, and that's evolving and adapting. And when I first saw the situation change now, I thought, oh shit, that's like Diane said, it's ironic, but using this as a perfect example, like that's probably the first step for me being here as well. But we're pros at evolving and adapting. So whatever your business might be, take a step back, look at what's happening in the industry, what you think and work out that people want, and then work out a way to give it to them.
Say that again. That's really important.
Work out what the whole thing on.
Just find out what people want. So if you are a business person, it's possible you may be struggling at the moment. You may actually also be thriving. There's a lot of businesses out there going nuts, but find out what the people want and need and provide it for them. Don't shy down. Don't be scared. There is people out there right now that need you. So like Andrew said, you've got to evolve and you've got to adapt, particularly in these times, which is why he's here doing this online, because he can't see people in person anymore. And his whole business was in person, like face to face in a gym. So he's pivoting. He didn't want to come here. This is like one of his pet hates is social media, yeah? Or is it changing a little bit?
Oh, I'll probably take a bit more to change.
It's changing slowly.
Maybe it's just because my image of it is different. Like when I talk to someone, it's like an energy that bounces back and forth and just, I don't know, doing this. I'm not saying I'm not getting energy from anyone, but it's just a different energy. And when you talk with someone and you have the presence of them, like it's like a revolving door of energy. It goes from me to you and flows back and forth. So I'm just working how to evolve and adapt.
Evolve and adapt. Oh, I love it. And like we said, find out what people want, because there is needs and people want whatever, but people need you right now. All the entrepreneurs that are watching me, a lot of mummy entrepreneurs are wanting to start your own business doing what you love. Oh, someone just jumped on to give the love. Roxy, I think it is. People need it right now. So you need to package it and you need to get it out there. And that's what I said to Andrew when I said, we're doing this online, he was kind of like, oh, he would have done it for me because I asked him to. Sorry guys, I know you can't see me, but I'm just staying my distance from our buggerlugs here. He would have done it because I asked him to, and we just had that conversation. Well, how can you help people at the moment? It's not even about you and how you feel about social media. It is actually about what if you change somebody's life on here. There's over 30 people watching. What if one person takes something away and you can change their life, because that's what we're about, right? So you're just finding that way and pivoting and making it happen. And then last one, Andrew, you guys can't see it. Jump onto the call.
Yeah, just relax, man. Like, it's so easy to talk to people on the first thing. Oh my God. And you're like, shit, bro, it's not that bad. Like, we're waking up in a warm bed. We can still eat. Like, shit, calm down on the toilet paper. Like, everyone's talking about toilet paper. I'm like, who cares about toilet paper, you know? Like, just chill out. Help your fellow neighbor. Greet someone with a smile, man. Just relax. Take it easy.
Yeah, cool. Well, guys, if you want to see the end of it, the link is in there. You're going to have to jump over, register so you can see the slideshow, and you want to say bye to Facebook Live.
Bye-bye. Stay upright.
You stay upright. You can't find this guy online, but if someone did want to work with you, what do they do?
Contact Diane.
Contact me, and I'll connect you.
And do your best to help your fellow neighbour out. Think about what you can, one small thing you can do tomorrow to help everyone.
Stay with us Zoom. You guys can all drop something in a chat box. What you're going to do, one, to help somebody out. I want to hear from every single person on the call. Tell us and we'll read them out because it's going to inspire other people. If you're on the Facebook Live, Andrew just said, help someone out. Pick something right now and drop it in the comments. We want to see it.
And it doesn't matter if it's a small thing too. I've done a couple of things that I thought were, nothing much at all. And then I've heard around the track that it's been a massive thing for someone. So shit, anything you can do to help someone out, do it.
Tell us more things you've done recently, because Andrew wouldn't usually tell people.
I sounded like...
And we're not gloating. I just want you to give ideas to people.
Well, even she's a relative of mine, but it was my nan's birthday and she's in a nursing home. And I said to Dad, I said, I should go up and see her to let her, through the window from the fence, 2 meters away from her, but to let her know that we've not forgotten her. So I did that. I stood at a window for 15 minutes and had a chat. And I didn't think much of it, but then I spoke to Dad later that day because he said Nan called him and it was a big deal for her. So I thought it wasn't too much. It didn't take much out of my day, but it was a big deal for her.
And then because it was a big deal for her and it's our dad's mum, it really lit Dad up as well, yeah? So yeah. Dad felt good about it. Then our Dad and Andrew could have that exchange as well. Beautiful Jay says, cook for your neighbours. Yeah, check on the socially isolated. And Michelle said, do the shopping for someone. She saw an old dude out doing his own shopping today.
Yeah, I saw this thing I got put onto called, if you're in Queensland anyway, the Queensland Help Arm, like I mentioned before. And it's a number, I called them yesterday. A number you call, there's a background check, but you tell them where you live and they've got to register. And if there's an old person near you within a K or two,
that's cool.
They'll put you onto them. You go help them out. You can do their grocery shopping and whatnot.
Well, we can put that link in here so everybody can do that.
Yeah.
So we can reach out. There's 30 people listening.
What is the link? I can give you the number. Oh no, I can't. I don't have
it's
my
in
phone.
Your phone. I'll put it in the links. And
if you Google Queensland Help Army, you'll find it. It's a Queensland government initiative. But I thought, what a great idea.
Put it on the event die at the end. Stick it on the event in the discussion so it's there for going forward instead of on here because you'll lose it.
Yep. Okay, cool. So heaps of people commented up here on things that they're going to do.
Oh, cool.
Going to invite Street to do a Sunday evening driveway drinks weekly and sit in the driveways and have their companion at a distance. Thanks, Cassie. Vicky's going to compliment people on the very small things. Jay's cooking for his neighbours. How amazing is this?
Yeah.
Like,
and
when
talking about the shirt I'm wearing
check.
too. Talking about these, all the service workers. Give them a hand, man. Give them a call. Even basic shit like, can you cut their grass for them? Can you cook them dinner? Those guys are going to be on the front line bulk in the next few months. So.
In the next however long this takes. Vicky says, my daughter has something presented her, adopt a nurse. So that's an option. Kayla says, letterbox drop to the neighbours, a note to say everything will be okay, and a $2 scratchy. That's super cool. I was just going to close down on you guys, but everybody's jumping on. We're telling each other one nice thing that we can do for somebody to reach out and support them. And there's been some beautiful ideas come through. If you guys are interested to see the end of this, here's the link. I'll drop it in. Oh, I keep pressing the wrong button. I'll pop it in now. I'm going to put this down because my arm's sore and Andrew's nearly ready for bedtime. Jay, jump over and see the rest of the slideshow. I'll see you all over there.
Bye-bye. Stay upright. Peace.
Peace.
Can we do a Q&A with Andrew before he falls asleep?
Yep. Wait, we got to get through. Okay. So I think we have said I bought some extra food for the house and gave my dad some money. Oh, that's beautiful. Contact family in the country and take food to our nan. Yeah, this is cool. Gemma Blake's on. These people can't. So that's Facebook Live is gone, but the people all on here still can.
Meals on Wheels too. Apparently most of the volunteers for them are like over 60 or 70. So if you're under 40-ish, they're looking for people. They're getting to the point where they're getting people to do double runs because there's half of their volunteer force has been taken away because they're in the wrong age group to help out.
Oh, wow. Let me read some of these before you go. So Michelle's offering to do the grocery shopping. Mary Jane.
What's Mary Jane's?
I've been doing free consults for those whose family members have lost jobs. Cool. Gemma Blake, today at work.
Hey, where the hell have you been, man?
Gemma Blake, where are you? Let me see if I can show you.
Wow.
I can't work out how to see her. Here we go. Click this way. Gemma, she doesn't have it.
Oh, good to hear from you.
Gemma, you can talk. You're off mute. Say hello.
Hi all. Hello.
Hey, man. It's good to hear from you.
Is it working?
Yeah, you'll be busting chops.
Sorry?
Said you'll be busting chops.
Yeah, I've been busy developing an app to help firefighters. It's still happening. We're still trying to proceed in doing that by working from home, which provides its challenges, but we're hoping to go live on that app in September.
Cool, man. Keep it up.
You're a phenomenon, woman. I miss you.
Thanks. I've been watching you all and following you all online. I just I haven't been able to get into the gym lately.
It's all online. Well, the gym's not online, but you see, I'll tell you about my mastermind in a bit.
Yeah, no, I've been following closely. Don't you worry.
This is bloody awesome. So Gita says, thank you, Gemma. Gita says, community Facebook page is also a great place where people ask for what they need. South Ripley have asked for people to mow his lawn, 85-year-old guy, and he's been unwell, Ripley. So you can have a look there. Sure. Andrew will do that. Oh, I love this. This is cool. All right, so yeah, back to basics. I'm just going to close that down for a bit. This is time. If you have 5 or 10 minutes, Andrew, people can ask you questions. Yeah, sure. Fire away. Raise your hand. I'll take you off mute, and you can off you go.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
When you had news that the gym had to shut down, Andrew, what was your first thoughts? Be honest, and then how did you recover from that?
It probably sounds bad. My first thought was oh yeah, cool, I'll have a bit of time off, not realizing then that it would, who knows how long it would be shut for now. I thought it might be shut for a week or two. And then after that immature thought, I thought, oh shit, how am I going to continue to make an impact on people's lives?
That's a very good answer. Very good answer, Andrew. I'm impressed.
Oh, is it? Okay, good.
And how did you answer? What was your answer to your own question? How am I going to continue to impact people's lives?
With the volunteer work, that's the first thing I've been doing.
April Fool's joking people.
Enough to do that. And maybe possibly an avenue like this.
Ooh, you all heard it here first, people. An avenue like this, he said. Hey, Jay's just jumped on. Okay, I've got to work out how to get me back. Hopefully you can all still see us. If you'll go back on mute. Is there any other questions for Andrew while he's here? Jay's frozen with his mouth open. Yes, he just published his first book and went bestseller as well.
Yeah, cool.
Any other questions, guys, while we've got Andrew here? There's people jumping in all over the shop. Don't be shy, he's quite nice.
Look.
Vicky, mute ya. Mute bottom left-hand corner. Just because we can hear the background noise. Yeah, there you go, Vic, got ya. Little Vicky's a pocket rocket. She just lost 38 kilos or something crazy like that.
Cool, man.
All right, cool. So if there's no more questions, I'm just going to take you quickly to this page because this is what I came up with for Andrew. There's his phone number. If everyone wants to write it down. If anyone's interested in training with him when the gym starts or following anything he decides to do, if he does decide to do online. I didn't check with you, but if you can help someone.
Yeah, or something I can do as well. Like if you're struggling and apparently at the moment, unless the rules change, I can do one-on-one PTs, but outside the gym. So I've just been considering doing them in the car park. So if you're busting balls and frothing at the bit and going a bit stir crazy, I'd be happy to offer a couple free half-an-hour PTs. It's a bit of an improvised set because it's outside the gym. But I know I've had that many people text me and want to do something. So
and I feel
if you're going stir crazy, give me a call.
It's even more you're going to move, but it's more about the connection and just.
It's about, so it's a social thing, being outside in the sun, moving and having a conversation with someone that's not in your home, or if you live by yourself, having a conversation with anyone in person.
Yeah. And so I think follow my stuff. If you're not reaching out to Andrew one-on-one, follow my stuff. And the moment the gym opens, I'll have it out there all automated over social media.
Shit, man. The moment the gym opens, there'll be a barbecue and Corona's in the esky, bro. We'll rip some bench press and squats, and then we'll have a steak and a Corona.
Yeah, so quite often what Andrew would do is have a barbie on Sunday, for all your
Sundays, last Sunday of each month we'll have a barbie, rip a few beers, or we do a workout first and then have a barbecue and a cold beverage and then get on with the Sunday.
Yeah, how good does that sound? All right, cool. Do you want to stay for my bit?
Yeah, sure, I'll listen in.
Okay, cool.
Nice to meet you all. If I haven't met you before, keep it real. Stay upright. Tell Damo I said g'day, give him a pinch on the bum from me, Peely.
All right, cool. So that's my baby brother, my little big bro, Andrew. And like I said, I feel proud's not the right word because I feel like that makes me older than him, but just really privileged and really honoured that he spent the time here today to talk to you, because I know it's something he's not usually sort of into. So I want to go through a few little things while I've got you here as well. I did a workshop today. So I've added an extra online weekly support webinar to support people through the next couple of however longs. Because what I realised is, all of those who were on earlier, you heard a bit of my story, how Gus has lost his income, possibly his job, my business, which was built up to here, just basically went, and it doesn't need to. So there's been some things that I've been, you have your ups and downs, and that's a given, but I've been able to dissolve and neutralize and adapt and pivot. And it's as a result of the things that I've learned, like pure strategies, like how he does squats. I train my brain. Well, like I said earlier, we train our brain to go to depression and anxiety, or to eat the Tim Tam, or we can train our brain in another way to be resourceful and go, well, that doesn't feel good, but what can I do? How can I change that? How can I look at this from a different angle to get a different outcome? So I was scared as anything. And today when I got on there, my sister was on there, I was red, my heart was beating, I was sweating because I was going live in 3 different places and there was computers in my faces everywhere. But once again, then my mentor jumped on. I'm thinking, oh God, she's watching and I'm stumbling. But I thought, doesn't matter. Just get the content out there and take the next step. Keep going. So this is just a little snapshot of some of the favorite things of the ladies that I talked to that were on that call. That's going to help you all. So over the next however long, and start now, these are immediate, which is why I wanted to give them to you now. Turn the TV off. Like Andrew said before, you have to guard your internal environment fiercely, like a wild animal. Whatever goes into these earbuds and into this vision and into your environment becomes your reality. So you have to guard it fiercely. So I live in a little sanctuary out here, and one of the reasons I've been able to cope and move through the next thing is appreciation and movement and all the things he's doing, eating well, feeding my body, setting up the rituals, but because I've guarded so fiercely what's coming in. The news, we get the facts. So Gus and I talked about having a ritual where we sit down and we get the facts daily, spend 5 minutes doing it, and we make our decisions from that. So turn the TV off, turn the bloody radio off, put something educational on, educate yourself, package something to help someone, and get out there and do something resourceful. Even if you're depressed, you're miserable, you're fearful, you're in grief, you're in loss, there's little things that you can do. Get around the right people. Guard it fiercely, guys. I can't explain that enough. The second thing is, don't gossip. If you catch yourself in a conversation that is unresourceful, talking about someone else, and it's going around in circles, just remove yourself. And I still do it. I have to catch myself sometimes. I'm like, what am I even talking about? The government. Well, am I doing anything to change it? Well, no. Do something right now. Do something resourceful. So don't gossip. This polarized thing. So what I was noticing, I did it for myself a lot of the time. I'd feel a certain way. I started to worry there was something wrong with me because I wasn't worried. Head in the sand. I'm like, maybe I'm just not paying attention. And I started to worry that I wasn't being honest to myself, but I was just judging myself for how I felt. So go through the processes, let yourself feel the highs and the lows, and don't judge other people for their thoughts, feelings, and emotions. They have had their experience in their life. You have had yours. Stay neutral, because if your energy is going out fighting with them, there's less for you to go out and help someone. So we really got to, polarize and seek to neutralize the judgment and the opinions of others. Let's just neutralize it straight away and not be charged to others' opinions. Adaptability, like Andrew commented earlier, pivot, change. That is the most adaptable species will survive, and we were put on this earth. Evolution, guys, that's our thing. It's only our brain that tells us different, that we need to know and we need to control everything. So you just look at your life and you scale it back and you make it really simple, and you adapt and you pivot as you need to every day, every moment of every day, with things going the way that they are. Balance, keep your mind balanced. Do whatever it takes to recognize where you are. If you're getting heightened and you're getting charged to something, if you're down in the dumps, let's not unpack in either places. We're not going to unpack up here and being high vibrational all the time, because it's up and down. It's like a harmony up and down, but don't unpack down here either. Recognize where you are. Get the capacity. Harmony, to me, or the balance that everyone talks about, is recognizing where you're at in the bell curve. Am I high? Am I low? Is it serving me? Do I need to be up here high to get this next thing done or live through this part? Do I need to be down here in really quiet, reflective time? Some people might call it whatever they call it. Do I need to be down here? Is it serving me? Well, no, I'm going to get the hell out of here and come back up, because it can happen both ends. You can be too high as well, and we need to keep you as close to that center line as possible. Service, exactly what Andrew said. Help someone, fill your own cup, look after yourself, but go and help someone else. That is also what we are designed to do. We're connective, creative beings. You just notice you'll feel so much better when you genuinely help someone. Your whole day will light up. And like Andrew said, his whole day sometimes just focuses around just helping someone, helping one person. And you've all come up with it today already, so you know what you're going to do tomorrow to take action, and notice how you feel, because it's going to be a real high frequency that you can meet, and you can go do that, and that's going to ripple out, and they're going to do something, and someone else is going to do something. It's going to be incredible. Creation, what are you doing? Well, a lot of people are consuming on their social medias, not old buggerlugs here, but most people are consuming or watching the news or listening. Create something, listen to the people. What do they need? Go and create it, package it, have a fair exchange for it, whether it's money or services or something that people value. Swap, create it and swap. You can see I get really passionate about this. So fear and worry, and I know a lot of you are probably going through a lot of grief, a lot of depression. Like, people identify, humans have been taught to identify who they are with what they do, which is what I started the call with. We identify who we are with what we do. So when that's taken away, we go through grief, because we feel like we've lost part of ourselves. So if you worry, it'll paralyze you into inaction. You will stop and you won't move from there. It will affect your immune system, your sleep, your relationships will unravel before your eyes, and your overall health will be compromised. It's going to consume you and overwhelm you. I know, I've been through those phases, like that sick kick in the guts feeling that just stays there all day. It's there when you go to bed at night. It's there when you wake up in the morning. The loss of control, the fluttery feeling. Yeah, it literally will tear you apart and can quite possibly debilitate you. I have been in situations in my life where the thought of something has completely debilitated. The fear or the worry around not earning an income, or not being able to support my family, or not having my health, have literally crippled my body and debilitated it. So we need to neutralize it and diffuse it. And that's what we did today in the online webinar. We don't have time to do it tonight. This is a meetup. We're all going to have a chat at the end. Let me see, some more people are waiting to get in. Linda just jumped in. Hey, Linda, you should have just jumped in, and you just missed Andrew, but I'll send you the recording. So yeah, the fear can literally tear you apart. So what we need to do is give you immediate things that you can do to dissolve it and neutralize it within your headspace. That's what we did on the call. We don't have time to do today, but you can let me know. This is so funny. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is the toolkit that I have personally been using through the whole process, which is why I've been able to stay really present and stay in my truth and continue to deliver. And there might be more bloody shit hitting the fan and things get worse, but I'll use these exactly the same way that I've used them up until now. So I can continue to show up, so I can continue to deliver, so I can continue to listen and observe and support all of you. And I feel like if I can teach you to do it, one, it's going to change your life, but two, you're going to go out and teach it to other people, and it's going to change their lives as well. So we do a loss neutralizer. If you've lost something, a house, a car, a relationship, all those really heavy, deep things, we can neutralize that. We go through a process. It's in my toolkit. grief, if you've got really deep grief, which is going to happen to a lot of people, and I'm not minimizing how you feel, I can work with anyone from probably on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being debilitating. If you're at probably a 6 or a 7, I can work with you. And if you've been through a really tragic or traumatic experience, I would suggest and highly recommend that you go see a John DeMartini facilitator, and they will spend a couple of days taking you through the process. If you've, lost a child or a loved one or something that's really, go and see someone and let's get it healed for you. Doesn't mean you have to forget, but it just reduces that physical effect that it's going to have on your body. People ask me how I do so much. This is in the toolkit, effective and efficiency spreadsheet. And part of it is you've got to be in this place of truth and presence to deliver. So then when I'm feeling like that, I go to the sheet, I see what's happening. I have 30-day maps out. And the paradox resolver, this is the other thing that was a big thing for me in my business. I know there's a lot of business people on these calls. You have a paradox. So you're like going full steam ahead one area of your life. And then there's like, oh, hold on a second. I want to be really successful and I'm going to work really hard. But then the paradox is, oh, what if I'm successful? Maybe people won't like me. Get this, guys. So I was on the live today, Michelle. What did that, I didn't see it, but somebody, I'll unmute you. What did they tell me? Hold on, you need to unmute yourself. My computer's not working.
Say that question again, sorry.
So when you were on the live today, what did that guy say?
Oh, you are ugly.
He told me I was ugly, guys.
And our virtual assistant, I haven't told you this, went and deleted it and blocked him.
Oh, yeah, good. Boom.
Oh.
So there's this paradox, right? That if I do really well and you rise up and you do amazing things, and as much as people love you, there's going to be someone that thinks you're an a-hole. So I can resolve that paradox and go option A, option B, what's my truth? What really matters to me? And then we kind of like diffuse the charge on this and just go full steam ahead. It's amazing. So that's in my toolkit. The other thing that I wanted to leave you with through this meetup is to educate yourself, guys. Like I said earlier, use this time to educate yourself. Get a book, whether it's mine or someone else's, I don't care. Make sure it's a good one. My friend Jay, who just jumped on, has also got a good book. Drop it in the chat, Jay, so people can jump on and order it. Do your monthly courses. My mastermind was released just prior to all of this because I was working one-on-one and I was working really hard and I was seeing these people have these massive moments, like life-changing. And I thought to myself, oh, I just want to be able to do that for more people. How can I do it online? Resistance. I fear neutralized it. I paradox resolved it. I went in and did the efficiency planner. And I am happy to say it is out there. It is pumping. It is selling as we speak. People are watching it as we speak. As I got off my call this morning, I got videos and testimonials of people sitting there on my mastermind consuming my content. It blew my mind. So get on there. Whether it's my stuff or someone else, like I said, I don't care, but choose what you're putting into your environment. Get out there and do it. Okay, so Andrew says if you want to work with him, you can contact him through me. There's his phone number. He's given, let's say the first 10 people that contact him, 15 minutes. And then when the classes start, I will let you know and you can jump on and go to a free class and a free PT just because I offered to give that away. If you're wanting to work with me, there's so many things now, okay? So we've got the rings. My sister intuitively designed these Remember rings. Jay's got one on too. So a few men are buying them now. It's awesome. They got the charm if you don't like the big chunky ring. Very powerful, a lot of energy. You can come to our retreats down here. These women didn't know each other Friday afternoon. This is Sunday. So you can see some really close things bonds are formed really quickly with the type of work that we do. This is Kelly, who we were talking about before, the other co-owner of Ipswich Health and Performance Centre. And then this is obviously one of my very first events. If you haven't got a copy of my book, definitely get it. But the audio option is out now too, so I can tell you all about that later. And yes, I always put this photo of the kids in there. And Tony Robbins, that's another story for another time. You can attend our events. They're pretty much sold out now, always a full room. I run them with my sister, Michelle Ann, who is on this call. Thank you, sister. Always supporting and helping out, and me to you as well. The mastermind, which I mentioned. What else is there? So this is the mastermind. If anyone is interested in it, anybody that comes to my events or the webinars, I offer a 48-hour special. So this is where you need to go to get it, www.dianemckendrick.com. You want to dip your toes in and see what it's all about. The full price is $80, so people that go to the website pay $80 a month, and it's just taken from your credit card. And on about the 15th of the month, the next month is released. So this first month was, the first month was about setting solid foundations and routines, and I really break it down for you. The second month is crisis management. I go through the things that I have done in a bit more detail, and then also soul desires and soul purpose, because unless you know that and you go through a series of questioning to bring it to the top, it's in there, but it's really deep and it's really hard to find. So changed my life when I did this, and now I get to do it for you. So $50 for all of you guys, but you've got to get in there and purchase it in the next 48 hours. So that gives you until Saturday night. Emergency workers and frontline staff, you have a super special. So I'll tell you about that if you're interested. If you're on the front line and you're an essential worker, police, nurses, teachers, the fireys, just send me a PM and I'll sort something else out for you, because I really want to say thank you to you, and this is the way that I know how to do it. I've had a whole bunch of nurses jump on in the last 24 hours since I released that. So that's really fulfilling to me, because some of them, like, who looks after them? Who looks after the nurses and the teachers and the police officers? So I was just like, how can I serve more people? How can I help more people? I can go to the people who help the people. If I help look after that one person, then she's looking after hundreds. That feels really good to me. So yeah, it's out there, it's timeless and spaceless. I encourage you all, if it sounds like something you want to do in terms of running your own, it's a really cool thing to do. A little bit of stuffing around, should we say, setting it up, but I got there in the end. So please let me know if you're interested. You also get a gift from us, and this is going to come out in the follow-up newsletter. So make sure you put your email in there. You get a free half-day online workshop. So it's called 6 Steps to Soul Success. This is obviously when we were all in the room together, and it will change your life. So you all get a free ticket to that. And Cav, you can come now because it's all online. You couldn't come before because you're in Sydney, right? So yeah, a gift for you. And me and Michelle, when we run our meetups, usually in person, we always just like to give gifts away. We usually do a lucky door prize, but I'm not going to do it tonight because it's kind of pointless. I can't give it to you. I want to give it to you in person. I'll save that for next time. Always at our events as well, I'm happy to mail these out. The Remember Ring and the Charming Necklace is $144 to get both of them. And if you purchase today at the event, it's $111. So if you're interested in that, let me know. You can just go to the website and I'll give you a code. That's me in that photo. Isn't that funny? I just look at these things and I'm like, how did I do this? Oh, it's really cool. So in closing, before we all take a couple of you off mute to have a little bit of chat and give some feedback and have full meetup, you've got a choice to make, guys. You need to make a choice right now to make a change in your life, because that change that you make for yourself is not just for you. It's for everybody that comes into proximity with you, online, in person, whatever it is. The ripple effect goes out far and wide, further than your brain could ever even fathom or imagine. So you've got to make the choice right now to make the change in your life. So just make a decision to change. And I wake up every morning and I make the decision. So this is an invitation for you to change, to grow, to pivot, to adapt. You need to implement something today, something that Andrew said, something that stuck out in your mind. Call a family member, help somebody. Implement something immediately that you have learnt today. Like I'm talking about before you go to bed. I said read, pick up a book and start reading it. Get online, order something for yourself. Don't just tighten up in our spending. What we've decided to do is keep infusing little bits of pockets of money into the community and into the economy, even though our income just pretty much went from full income to nothing, like literally when we woke up one morning. And I know a lot of you will be in the same boat. So just remember, also as Andrew reiterated, it's the small things that you do every single day that make the biggest difference. So just little steps by little steps. I say 2 millimeters. A lot of people look at what I've done and want to do this big leap, or I look at what my mentor's done and I'm like, I want to be over there. But it's the little habits that I set up every single day that then create the standard of your life. And we go through that in the mastermind, the standard of your life and where you are and where you want it to be, and just bring it into the conscious brain. It's pretty powerful. So just make a decision every day in the morning when you wake up Just the little things, the way that you eat, the way you think, the way you talk to yourself in the head, the way you treat people around you, the amount of water that you drink, just the simplest, easiest things. And then I just wanted to say thank you everybody for coming. This little code down in the right-hand corner, if you get your phone out and open your camera and hold it over and hover it, it will come up with all our social pages, so you can go in and make sure you're part of the Rise and Shine meetup group, because what we might do for the interstate and international people next, when we do start meeting in person again, is we can live stream it or something for you, so you can feel like you're here with us. Or, you know, if you ever come to Brisbane to visit, make sure you ring us so we can all catch up, because we've got events running every pretty much weekend, me and Michelle. So yeah, big thanks to my brother Andrew, and you all heard it here first. You could see he was pretty rigid at the beginning of the conversation, and by the end he was like, oh wow, yeah, this is pretty cool, we might actually do it. So thanks to Andrew. Thanks to my sister always for support. Thanks to my mum and dad. And if anyone has any questions, feedbacks, comment, you want to contribute anything, you just want to say hi, feel free to bring yourself off mute. I'll just stop the video. Let's stop video.